The 2015 MLB season gave us one of the best Cy Young races we've ever seen, as three National League pitchers put up at least 220 innings with 200 strikeouts and sub-0.9 whips. Arrieta and Greinke both had sub-2 ERAs, with Kershaw not far behind. Jake Arrieta added a 22-6 win-loss record and ended up taking home the NL Cy Young Award over second place Zack Greinke. Arrieta had an amazing year. It was highlighted by a no-hitter he threw against the Dodgers and leading the league with 22 wins. However, the Cy Young is for the best pitcher in baseball. When examining the stats closely, I don't think he was the best National League pitcher that year. Second place Zack Greinke's season was highlighted by a 45 2/3 scoreless inning streak and leading the National League in whip and ERA. But again, the Cy Young isn't for the pitcher with the lowest ERA or the lowest whip. It's for the best pitcher. When looking at the stats, I don't think Greinke had a strong case as the best pitcher in baseball. I think it's clear that Clayton Kershaw was the best pitcher in the National League in 2015. Kershaw led the league in strikeouts, and I'm going to make the case that the underlying stats show he was clearly the most dominant, but just got unlucky. When we sort by ERA, we can see that Greinke, Arrieta, and Kershaw did have the three lowest ERAs in 2015, but their skill indicative ERAs, or SIERA, tell a different story. SIERA quantifies a pitcher's performance, taking into account only what a pitcher can control, and is scaled to ERA. SIERA uses strikeouts, walks, and the types of batted balls, like flyouts, pop-ups, and ground balls. Kershaw's is a half run lower than Arrieta's and a full run lower than Greinke's. This is largely driven by the fact that Kershaw had a 6% higher strikeout rate than Arrieta and a 10% higher strikeout rate than Greinke, and had a lower walk rate than each of them. The only reason Kershaw had a higher whip and ERA is that he had a significantly higher batting average on balls in play, or BABIP, which also resulted in a low left on base percentage compared to Arrieta and Greinke. It is possible that hits in key moments can be the fault of the pitcher. However, if we look at Kershaw's splits by leverage index in 2015, in the highest leverage moments, Kershaw struck out more batters, walked fewer batters, and didn't give up any home runs. Yet, his batting average on balls in play was higher in high leverage situations than for low or medium leverage. If we look at Arrieta's splits by leverage in 2015, we see the exact opposite. His strikeout rate plummets, his walk rate skyrockets, he gave up more home runs per 9, yet he had a significantly lower BABIP of just 130 in these high leverage moments. Greinke falls somewhere in between, as although he struck out more batters and didn't allow home runs in these situations, he did walk more and benefited from an extremely low batting average on balls in play of 194. Greinke would also never come close to having a BABIP this low again in his career. In fact, the year before, he had the 311 BABIP. The year after, it would be 294, and his career mark was 293. So giving him credit for this seems to be a bit of a stretch. The difference that batted ball luck and sequencing luck play in pitcher performance is clear when looking at the difference between Baseball Reference and Fangraphs Pitcher WAR. Baseball Reference WAR, which is based on runs allowed, ranked Greinke as the most valuable with 8.9, followed by Arrieta with 8.3, and Kershaw with 7.2. Fangraphs WAR, which focuses on what a pitcher controls and is fielding independent pitching based, ranked Kershaw clearly at number 1 with 8.6 WAR, Arrieta at number 2 with 7 WAR, and Greinke's all the way down at 5.3 WAR. To me, it's clear that Kershaw was the best pitcher, but that the voters got it wrong. The most puzzling aspect of this decision is that while it's become common to devalue context-based statistics that hitters don't have control over, like runs batted in, when assessing hitter performance and hitter awards, this same exact logic has not been applied to pitching. This exact situation happened for the 2023 NL Cy Young, where Blake Snell won on the back of a 2.25 ERA, nearly unanimously, even though pitchers like Zack Wheeler, Spencer Strider, and Zack Gallen were significantly more valuable by fielding independent pitching metrics. This is what bothers me the most. If you're going to evaluate batters based only on what they control, then you have to do the same for pitchers. Kershaw didn't lose the 2015 Cy Young because he was outpitched. He lost because voters couldn't determine sequencing luck from pitching skill, and that's one mistake that we shouldn't keep repeating.